99.7 DJX, the Ben Davis and Kelly K Show podcast. Turn it up. On demand.
Sometimes you just want the opinion of someone else, and that's where we come in. Just shoot us a message at Ben and Kelly Show, and we'll toss it out to the group, see what we can do for you. Jessica, hey there.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. So, first of all, thanks for allowing us to call you on this. Will you walk us through what you messaged us?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I want to say, I wasn't sure if you would take my issue. So, I really appreciate you guys.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So my boyfriend, let's see, he finally proposed to me last month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited. And we got rid of his condo because mine's bigger and, it's just in a better location for our jobs and everything.
Sure.
So the issue that I need help with is, it's about my dog.
Oh.
Yeah. So, okay, I've had my dog for 7 years, and she sleeps in my bed with me, and he knows that.
Aww. Yeah.
It's so cute. But now that he also lives there, and is sleeping in my bed all the time, he's suggesting that we get a crate and we crate her at night.
Oh.
And I'm a little my dog was here before you, and, honestly, there's not a chance in hell that I'm going to put her in a cage at night.
Right. I mean, if she hasn't been caged before, I could understand how that would be quite a change.
She's going to hate that. I'm going to hate seeing her in there. It's not happening. And he really seems like he's got an issue with it. He feels like I'm picking the dog over him.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So I guess my question is, am I being unreasonable here? Or, I guess the real question is, what can I do to help convince him that there's room for all three of us in the bed? I really need help with this, and I'm really eager to hear what people think.
I mean, you guys, I'm assuming, let me not be too presumptuous, but I'm assuming that he spent the night with you before you guys moved in together.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what'd the dog do then?
Well, she would kind of start out on the floor, but and then I would just let her sleep kind of she'd sleep on the very edge of the bed by me. Mm-hmm. But then in the morning when he woke up, she'd be right in the middle of the bed. She'd be there.
She was your own barrier between he and you, just kind of protecting you. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, Jessica, we're already getting a bunch of people texting 502-571-9970. So I appreciate you letting us talk to you. And I mean, we'll see what we can do for you. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And I don't know if you want, because all the text that we've been getting so far is put your fiance in the crate. And so I don't know if we've got, because when dogs and kids, I'm telling you, dogs and kids are big. So.
Well, and I can tell you what, I'm kind of the opposite end of this issue just because our dogs have never slept with us. Mainly because they're really loud sleepers. We've got pugs. You've heard them on the air. So, I mean, that's just logistically speaking, we couldn't. But I'll tell you, when I met my husband, he already had two dogs, a lab and a pug, Snorts and Sadie. Mm-hmm. And they kind of had the run of the house. Sure. He had roommates at the time. They never heard no. And they destroyed the house.
Right.
Ate the linoleum floor, destroyed the house. And as soon as we started to crate them at night, they were much better dogs. And, they wanted to go there. That became their little house. Mm-hmm. We didn't have to shove them in. We just said, time to go to bed. They'd go right in there, get their treat, and go to bed. They were much better dogs when we started to crate them. So
I guess
that's one perspective.
If that's your perspective, then I guess my question is then how does she get on board with that idea?
Well, it's tough because I think she's looking at it as putting your animal in a cage and having it be a really mean thing. But I don't think the dog doesn't look at it like that.
Okay.
So the dog kind of looks at it as that's my little house.
Right.
And, we made ours really cozy for our dogs, put a little blanket over it, lots of stuff in there. So they love it. And sometimes they go in there on their own in the middle of the day and just take a nap.
Okay. All right. Would love to hear what you have to say too. 502-571-9970. Text or call. It's group therapy. It's like, I got engaged. The problem is the sleeping situation with me and my new fiance. It's the fact that my 7-year-old dog has always shared a bed with me. And now that my fiance is sharing my bed, there's not enough room. And the fiance's like, hey, let's just crater. And she's like, he was here before you. So what do I do?
Now, see, there's a lot of people saying, there's a way that you can kind of get around this. Maybe get the dog a bed for the bedroom and train her to sleep on it instead of the bed. He shouldn't, expect her to get rid of her dog. And she does need to compromise a little, too. There are a lot of people saying, well, just get rid of the fiance. I don't think that's,
No,
a valid
I mean, if they're
issue.
getting married, they need to figure out how to work through these things.
And I don't think it's, an all or nothing, like one person gets their way completely.
Sure.
I think they need to figure out a way to make this work. And a lot of people were, saying that dogs are den animals. So if you make it fun, Crystal said dogs are actually den creatures. So the dogs may really enjoy having a crate to go to that's just for the dog. However, if she's absolutely 100% against putting her dog in a crate, can the dog not sleep on the couch? And also, people were asking, dog size matters. Are we talking about a Yorkie or a German Shepherd or a Mastiff?
Yeah, what was the listener that you said had 3 Great Danes and...
Oh, Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle has like 2 queen size beds. She
One
says
for her, one
we
for
got
the
2
dog.
queen size beds side by side.
Wow.
One for the dogs to sleep with. 3 Great Danes, Old English Bulldog, Cocker Spaniels, and a few more.
Jessica commented on Facebook and said, she was here before him, is picking the dog over him. If he doesn't want to sleep with a dog, you're gonna be married, and that's something that you should kind of figure out now. So
absolutely,
yeah,
this has to be a compromise situation. This isn't he better get used to it or like get out.
Right. And so I do like Austin's like, a good dog will always be loyal. A man can't guarantee that. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Austin, all right.
Dang.
I will say that I have a big oaf of a dog, and the dog.
Does she sleep with you?
No, she doesn't. And she did try when she was younger, but then when she was younger, she could actually like jump up onto our bed. Now she's a little bit older. She can't quite make it because she's a little bit heftier and her joints aren't as good. But even still, when she would jump up, I would always just like nope, and I'd take her off the bed. So yeah, I think that and a lot of people are like, it's a good practice for kids. Kids who want to sleep in your bed, because
we never let that happen either.
there's gotta be you and your fiance time in bed. Like that's gotta be your bed. And so,
that was our rule. Like we kind of made that rule. We don't even have a TV in our bedroom. Like that room is sacred. And so, we always, especially with, our kids when they were really, really little, we, you have to train them to soothe themselves and, work it out. Instead of, I know there are some people that let their kids sleep in the bed and it takes like years to break that habit.
Yeah, right.
And that's tough.
So I think what we're saying is, Jessica, we got to have compromise here. And if you're not open to the crate idea, maybe there is compromise and getting even, like if it's one of those, if your place is big enough,
dog beds.
Yeah, big fluffy dog bed to go in your room, or if your room is big enough, maybe one of those what are those like little couch things that go at the end of your bed.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. Like those are for
That
fancy
would be-
places, but
Yeah, that it would be a little difficult to keep the dog just there in that one little space.
Maybe.
Because dogs do like to move around.
yeah, they do
Quite a bit.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, I think compromise definitely, Jessica, is the thing here. So we're saying really your fiance's not necessarily wrong. And you don't need to do a this or that, or, it's my way or the highway type of mentality.
Yeah, he's not saying get rid of the dog. He just doesn't want to sleep with the dog. So you need to try to figure out a solution that both of you can live with.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. If you want to comment on it, you can. You can see what everybody else is commenting on as well at Ben and Kelly Show. And we'll post the original call for you to listen to. WDJX.com. Click listen.